Crescent Vorpal!
Forget F-tier rookies. In this new age of anime, we're starting at the top. We're talking heroes that make other heroes look like side characters, and when they're on the battlefield, you can't help but feel sorry for their opponents. In a world obsessed with rankings, there's only one place to be, the Triple S seat. Let's grab our essentials and witness the glorious and slightly existential struggle of being ridiculously overpowered. Number 10. The strongest magician in the Demon Lord's army was a human. The interdimensional job market must be brutal these days, because Eeek is a human with enough magical firepower to make Gandalf look like a sparkler salesman, is not vanquishing demons, but commanding them. Eeek, the human sorcerer supreme, is undercover in the demon army, leaving a trail of conquered fortresses and bewildered demon comrades in his wake. His spells are legendary. His loyalty to the Demon Lord, well, that's a bit more on the need-to-know basis.
他者を踏みにじる者が人の上に立つ世界は間違っている。お前はここまでだ。
The story is a hilarious tightrope walk between epic magical battles and the daily struggles of a human pretending to be a demon. 1 minute, Eeek's unleashing spells that could level a small country. The next, he's desperately trying to keep his lunch down at a demon mess hall. Turns out, tripe eyeball stew isn't exactly on the human cafeteria menu. Why a human would infiltrate the demon army is anyone's guess. Maybe Eeek's a master spy with a hidden agenda, or perhaps he just got isekai'd into the wrong world with the right skill set. Whatever the reason, Eeek's juggling his secret identity with the political machinations of the demon realm, all while hoping his humanness doesn't get him roasted. Number 9. Remonster.
You're too slow.
Instead of a powerful hero reincarnating into a fantasy world, we meet Kanata, a normal guy who gets reborn as the weakest monster on the food chain, a goblin. But Kanata isn't your average goblin. He retains his human intelligence and a unique ability. By devouring other creatures, he can absorb their skills and knowledge. This sets him on a path of monstrous munching and rapid evolution.
Well, it's worth a shot. Phase 1, Demise Magic. Eeek.
Our not-so-average goblin, now called Goburo, because apparently Kanata doesn't strike fear into the hearts of adventurers. Now, Goburo quickly starts climbing the monster ranks. He uses his wit, his past life experiences, and his ever-growing arsenal of stolen abilities to carve a niche for himself in the cutthroat world. The story treats us with Goburo's rise from runt as he builds a ragtag band of loyal followers, other monsters who benefit from his leadership and occasional snacking habits. Number 8. I was reincarnated as the 7th prince so I can take my time perfecting my magical ability. This is a story about a man who died with one burning regret, never truly mastering magic. Now, Lloyd is our protagonist, who gets a second chance at his magical dreams by reincarnating into royalty, as the 7th prince no less. Unlike the usual isekai heroes burdened with saving the world, Lloyd has a much simpler goal: become a magical badass at his own pace. Blessed with a strong magical lineage, Lloyd ditches the throne race and dives headfirst into the world of spells and sorcery. He's a prince who prioritizes enchanting pebbles over royal etiquette lessons. He's not exactly saving damsels in distress, but he's definitely having a blast. There are no imminent demon invasions or world-ending prophecies, just a chill prince, his magical playground, and the occasional bewildered royal advisor wondering why the 7th prince seems more interested in conjuring sparkles than attending state dinners. Number 7. Windbreaker.
They make me sick.
Here, delinquency reigns supreme. We enter the halls of Furin High, a school notorious for its out-of-control student body. Here, brawls are the norm and the strong rule. Pairing this setting is a guy named Haru, a new student with a fierce fighting spirit. He arrives itching for a challenge, seeking to test his skills against the strongest. But beneath the brawling exterior lies a vigilante group called the Bofarin. These unlikely heroes protect the town from those who would do it harm. Haru, with his thirst for battle, soon finds himself drawn into their world. While Haru initially craves raw power, he starts to learn the importance of teamwork and the true meaning of strength. Who knew there's more to it than just using others as a punching bag? Number 6. Failure Frame. I became the strongest and annihilated everything with low-level spells. You're being summoned to another world as a hero, only to be dumped in the loser class with the power considered laughably weak. A shitty situation, yes, but that's the situation Mimori finds himself in with Failure Frame. Assigned a status effect skill set, everyone assumes Mimori's destined for mediocrity. But Mimori's got a secret weapon, his sheer tenacity, and a complete misunderstanding of how his power works. While everyone else throws fireballs and summons mystical beasts, Mimori's out here causing havoc with sleep dust and nausea gas? Turns out, when used creatively and perhaps a little sadistically, low-level status effects can be devastatingly effective. This is an isekai where the hero's greatest weapon isn't a legendary sword, but the power to induce a really bad case of the sniffles. Number 5. Villainess Level 99. I may be the hidden boss, but I'm not the Demon Lord. Reborn into the shoes of the hidden boss in a popular otome game, YuGiOh has zero interest in playing the villain. Peace and quiet are her jam, not world domination. But there's an issue. YuGiOh is a gamer at heart. Unable to resist the grind, she secretly trains like a demon and accidentally reaches level 99. Now, with power overflowing like a magical punch bowl, she can't exactly hide her badassery. Whispers of the Demon Lord follow her everywhere, and the heroine of the game starts eyeing her with suspicion. Can YuGiOh maintain her chill facade while dodging accusations of demonic overlordness? Will her gamer instincts get the better of her? Or can she find a way to level up her peace and quiet? There's certainly a lot to think about. Number 4. The New Gate. Imagine beating a video game so hard you get sucked right into it. Again, that's the reality for Shin, who has beaten the Sword Art Online clone in an effort to liberate everyone. Yet, as fate would have it, he's the only one that didn't get to go back, but instead be right in that darn place waking his eyes 500 years later. After the reality check, turns out the world he once conquered is a real place, with all those NPCs capable of additional and very real dialogue. Luckily, Shin keeps all his crazy powerful skills from the game, and with an extinct class, he's basically a superhero in this new, yet old world. Shin explores this unfamiliar land, meeting characters who were once just pixels on a screen. Will he use his overpowered skills to become king, or maybe change the fate of this world he once just played through? It's like stepping into your favorite game, but with way less controller rage and way more potential for epic battles. Number 3. Shangri-La Frontier. In the cutthroat world of virtual reality gaming, some players crave epic quests and fantastical loot. Then there's Rakuro. Our not-so-heroic protagonist finds joy in the truly bizarre, conquering the most notoriously buggy, unplayable VR games out there. He's a connoisseur of crashes, glitches, and enough lag to make even dial-up users nostalgic. But Rakuro craves a new challenge, Shangri-La Frontier, a god-tier VR MMORPG boasting a staggering 30 million players. Lured by the promise of a polished experience, Rakuro dives in, ready to conquer, only to discover Shangri-La Frontier is more than it seems.
They suck one leg into the mud and keep it trapped until the other foot makes contact with the ground. This creates a forced walking state.
Watch Rakuro, now known by his in-game alias Sunraku, dominate the battlefield with his unconventional tactics, honed from years of battling virtual nightmares. He might not be the most graceful player, but his experience with the jankiest VR experiences grants him a surprising edge. Number 2, chillin' in another world with level 2 super cheat powers.
Forced release.
Banaza is a hapless merchant mistakenly summoned as a hero. He's got all the charisma of a soggy sock and the combat prowess of a particularly lethargic hamster. Unsurprisingly, the Magical Kingdom deems him unfit for hero duty and dumps him in the monster-infested wilderness. Here's where things get interesting. After defeating a measly slime, Banaza levels up, and wouldn't you know it, this seemingly inconsequential feat unlocks the motherlode of all cheat codes, infinite stats, and every single possible skill in existence. Suddenly, our bumbling merchant becomes a walking, talking Swiss Army knife of overpoweredness. However, Banaza, bless his unambitious soul, just wants to live a chill life. He adopts an alias, ditches the hero gig, and sets his sights on opening a cozy little shop. Of course, fate rarely cooperates with those seeking naps in another world. Banaza attracts a motley crew of companions, from a demon warrior wife to a gaggle of freeloading knights. Despite his best efforts to avoid trouble, Banaza's ridiculous power and knack for attracting chaos keep him hilariously entangled in the world's affairs. Number 1, my instant death ability is so overpowered, no one in this other world stands a chance against me. In the Isekai Hall of Fame, where overpowered heroes are a dime a dozen, Yogiri Takato stands out like a glowing neon sign in a blackout. Our hero, if you can call him that, doesn't win battles with fancy swordsmanship or devastating spells. No, Yogiri takes a more, shall we say, direct approach. You see, Yogiri possesses the hilariously overpowered ability to instantly snuff out any life form he simply looks at. Eye contact with Yogiri is basically a fast-track meeting with the Grim Reaper. This makes adventuring a tad awkward to say the least. He yearns for a normal isekai experience, slaying slimes, looting dungeons, maybe even picking up a cute companion, though eye contact might be a deal breaker.